10 years ago, in a part of North St. Louis County with some 24 municipalities, the recession was hitting pretty hard. Unemployment was up, people were losing their homes through foreclosure, and the school district was losing its accreditation. An organization called Beyond Housing stepped in to organize this collaborative effort to respond, and things have gotten done. Ruth Ezell sat down with Beyond Housing's Chris Krehmeyer over a cup of coffee. That in itself is kind of a big deal.
Who would have thought in 2008 that we would be sitting in this lovely cafe smack dab in the middle of Pagedale?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, isn't it? But I think it's a testament to this community's desire to have the place they call home be better.
And hey, employment, this obviously provides that.
It provides jobs. We hire folks from community, but this is a retail business. It's got to be successful too, right? So we're all about having a great customer experience, and again, jobs for this community. But it's really helping create a sense of place. Right, again, successful places have coffee shops, right? Yes, a place you can get a cup of coffee, but a gathering place, a place where you can come, where you can have a lunch meeting, you can come and have coffee, you can come and access our free Wi-Fi, to, again, do the things that you may want to do, like other coffee shops do all across the region and, quite frankly, all across the country. So we think it's a piece of creating a sense of a place.
So explain 24-1. What is that?
Yeah, so 24-1 is a community-led initiative, right? 24 is the number of small municipalities in the boundaries of the Normandy Schools Collaborative. Yay, St. Louis. And then the 1 is the collective vision of the people that live here to create strong communities, engaged families, and successful children. We picked a school district as a boundary because kids in schools tie communities together. Right? People want schools to be effective. They want our kids to be successful. The tax base is set by the quality of your school. So much about any successful place is about the boundaries of the school. So together with community leaders and others in the community, we said, what should we call ourselves? Well, there's 24 of us in this space. We're all coming together, so let's call ourselves 24-1.
Is 24-1 a direct outgrowth of the Great Recession?
It came together really on two things that came together at the same time. The foreclosure crisis, which certainly is something that we've had many conversations with over the years, was hitting its crescendo right around 2008, and then the failing school district. Right, so this idea of, oh my goodness, these two major things were happening in our community simultaneously. And the leadership and residents here got really frightened, like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And we have to do things differently. We have to find a way to work together to, again, support our schools, to support our neighborhoods. So this common conversation came together, and we said, look, what can we do? Again, with the community voice leading the way, right? This is all about our model is this constant revolving circle of ask, align, and act. So the ask part we did when we first started. We spent an entire year talking to folks. Tell us about this place that you call home. What do you see as the challenges, but more importantly, what do you think are the solutions to make the place you call home what you want it to be? Then it was our collective job, leaders, residents, and not-for-profits and others, to work together intentionally, align our work, align our resources, and then whether it's build buildings or provide programs, work together to make this place better.
Explain like the legal ownership.
We're fortunate in our work here to have a bunch of great partners. So the coffee shop is owned and operated by the 24-1 Community Land Trust. It was created about 8 years ago to support the mission of Beyond Housing and the boundaries of the 24-1 footprint. It's a separate legal entity, has its own staff, has its own board. I'm chairman of the board, but again, it's designed to support the work of Beyond Housing. So it developed this building, it owns this building, and it manages the coffee shop, as well as owns and operates the 24-1 cinema as well, and provides other resources from home ownership opportunities to create a construction company that hires folks too from community and does rehab on buildings in the community. So it's great to have this supporting organization kind of under the umbrella of Beyond Housing to help us carry out the multifaceted work and the big scale of work that needs to happen in our community.
So you have the coffee house, you have the theater, what else?
Well, there's a health center down the street, a doctor's office, so that opened up about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, primary care and urgent care. We have a health building that is right above the health center. The folks from St. Louis County Office of Children's Services has their offices here, so they're a grant-making entity that provides grants to not-for-profits that provide mental health services for children. When we built the grocery store almost 8 years ago, this was a food desert. And quite frankly, we didn't know what the heck a food desert was, 8, 9 years ago. But people need access to healthy food, access to food that's affordable. So the grocery store is going to do nearly $5 million worth of sales this year, which is fantastic. But more important, it's giving people access to healthy food and fresh food that they can't get before the grocery store was here. So we need the grocery store to be successful because, again, successful places have grocery stores. The Midwest Bank Center branch is almost a $50 million branch now, which is just remarkable given, the thought early on, like, could that even work? So the bank's about 5 years old. Depository balances are 300% above projections. It reached its break-even point after 3 years, 2 years ahead of projections. So just doing remarkable work and saying to people in this community, you get to have a grocery store and you get to have a bank, right? But what we need to do is you need to shop at the grocery store and go to the bank, right? And open up accounts at the bank, right? So again, success is not build it and they will come. Success is build it, provide products and services that the community wants, and then the community, yes, now your job is to come participate in the economic activity of the grocery store and the bank and the movie theater and the coffee shop to continue the success of what's happening here in this community. We're building 41 homes in Pine Lawn as we speak, so they're under construction, should be done in about 12 months or so. The Land Trust is carrying out a number of owner-occupied home repair projects in Pine Lawn and in Northwoods as we speak, so lots of investment came, again, into the built environment, right? The buildings of the community, the visuals that people see, and we know that gets people's attention and builds a lot of excitement, but we also know we have to deal with the families that live here, the human capital here. It's not just about the bricks and mortar, it's about the people that live here. So a ton of great services happening, whether it's our Pagedale Family Support Center where we have a state licensed after school program, whether it be the family engagement liaisons, the 13 staff people that we have embedded in the Normandy schools, whose job is to work with teachers and counselors and families to say what's going on in your life that sometimes prevent your child from fully accessing the educational opportunities that Normandy has. Is it your child is hungry? Is it that you're worried about your lights getting turned off? Or you're worried about other things in your life that get in the way? And can we as an organization and all the partners we work with, can we provide the resources to help solve whatever that challenge is to make sure that your child is ready to take advantage of the educational opportunities that Normandy provides each and every day. We'd love to have enough resources to be successful here in 2021 and not take away from our work, but go to other places who I know would love us to come. But again, we're not done here, right? So we got to finish what's happening here first, and then be able to take our model, lessons learned, and take that to other places as well.